Quinton Bevan's not much better. Very, very interesting to see how this plays out.
Very, very interesting. And South have won the toss and they're going to be kicking to the south end of the ground. And we are underway as the ball is up. Both ruckmen go up in Brown and Sutcliffe. No one really gets the hands off it. Nug Purcell gives the handball out to his cousin in Marcus. He can't really go anywhere as well. The ball finds its way back to Nug. There's scraps on here early in the grand final as the ball is locked back in with a hard tackle there from the south. The ball has barely moved any real distance here. Early stages here in the 2025 grand final at Jubilee Oval. Beautiful conditions here. Both ruckmen, probably Dylan Brown gets a better tap there. Sam Sutcliffe does well to Rover, gives the hands off to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to barge his way through, but can't, as he is tackled there by Purcell. Purcell fires a handball out to Roberts. Roberts can't quite get the ball out either. We might have an early free kick here going the way of Roberts from south as well. He gives the hands off to Purcell as Marcus. Marcus off to the other Purcell in Nug. He gets a scrubby kick there as well and goes straight in the throat of Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe hands off to Kelly. North on the counter attack here early, trying to put in front of Tawney. North have good numbers here as well. It'll be two of the smaller players on Brown, but it's Tawney who comes away with it, goes inside 50. Player inside 50 for North slips over. The ball comes to Kennedy. He's having a hard time picking the ball up as well. Plenty of bodies around here, and South come back out through the likely defender in Holmes. Holmes' kick can only make it as far as Shepherd. Shepherd looking to play on straight away. He goes a short kick, goes inside to Mitchell. Mitchell has a mark about 48 metres out. He's never shot for goal. The first shot on goal here in the 2025 grand final.
It'll be interesting to see whether or not he's able to kick it. Goes back and has a little bit of a look. What did you say, about 50 metres out he's going to be? He's a good kick on goals, Mitchell, so it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do.
North seem to be the team that settled the best. They were just able to move that ball around there and then cut it off, then bring it back in. So but they've certainly settled better than South at this stage.
Very thankful for Mitchell here, doing well right behind the kick as it is on its way. If you had Mitchell down for the first goal scorer, you are on the choppies early. It's Nash Mitchell it is, kicks the early goal for North. They get the early ascendancy here, one straight kick, 2 minutes into the grand final here.
Yeah, so Mitchell's kicked that right on the 50 in front of the North bleachers. Couldn't pick a better area to get the crowd up and behind the Bulldogs here today. Some interesting some picks here. Instead of starting with Ryder Wilson in the ruck where he normally starts against Southie, they've actually sent him to fullback to play on Sean. So it'll be interesting to see how that matches out. Sean tends to have a little bit of a trouble against some of the younger, more mobile defenders in the last 12 months. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes there.
Back on again. They try and work their way forward. Kelly was in the middle there. Ball rolled past him. Collected there by the middle winner from Monday night. Small flicks wide. That was Ferguson. Goes down. It should work its way forward. Ball picked up at the back though by Purcell. Purcell should find a way out and does. Good little mark taken there by the player in Lyons. Lyons then goes, funnily enough, down the line. And that one goes over and out for a boundary throw-in.
So South actually have Sam Lyons playing today, who's probably won a dozen B-grade premierships, but never an A-grade premiership. So that's a good story for South that may come out today.
Ball comes back in. Brown able to get the tap work done there. Purcell ran past it. Nash Mitchell tried to come charging through, wasn't able to do that. And that is going to be a ball up, and the umpire says that one will be mine. Thank you.
Early ascendancy here for North, who would just say. So interesting in this first grand final to see who settles first as Dylan Brown takes out the ruck. Gives it off to his Luke Lyons. He tries to kick the absolute cover off it and manages to kick it out of bounds on the full on the Brewery side. We are 4 minutes into this grand final in North. Bringing the ball back in through McAllister.
McAllister had a great year. Was picked in the team of the year for the league this Monday night. So yeah, well done to it, young fella.
Played very good in the grand final last year, did McAllister as well, as South gets the ball back off that kick. The ball tumbles out the way to Borlace. Borlace just probably hangs the ball up a little bit too far. Great mark there by Purcell. Purcell looking for Taswood, who is on in the middle there. He takes a mark in front of Shepherd, looks to play on straight away. He has options. He's played on, he stepped off his mark, and the umpire says play, kicks down the line now. The Ellis, I don't know how he took the mark there with Borlace coming back in and almost causing a little bit of trouble. Ellis switches the ball out to the grandstand side. Sutcliffe does well and taps it down in front of McGuinness. McGuinness has some support in Gebhard. Quick hands as well. The hand is faster than the eye there. McGuinness on his left foot, looking there for Bevan. The ball tumbles out of play in front of the Newmarket corner here early on. Stages 5 minutes gone in the first quarter. North one straight kick in front of South by 6 points.
it certainly pays for North to try and take that ground, let the ball go out or create a stoppage, to kick it in the air and let the tall tipper of South take the mark, control the game and head out the other side.
Big jewel in the ruck here would be Kennedy, I think, is the smaller player there, but Brown taps it down to Wood. Wood tumbles and kick forward through only as far as Shepherd. Shepherd is tackled immediately. The ball comes out to South. Now they are off down the grandstand side. Ball has a good read on this. He does get a good punch over the top of Bird. Lawrence with the injury cloud over his head as well gets an early touch. McAuliffe is in there as well. The ball is tumbling back towards north side, but as Bird comes up with the hands back off of Purcell. Purcell off the back of the square. Kicks now to our centre wing to Ellis, who gets there, and he may have got a boot on it before the ball went over. We'll just wait and see. Possibly out of bounds on the full, we're not sure.
So it looks like Henderson's going to get the kick anyway.
Bit of an argument here with
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
and the South captain here, on the South coach as well. As he reluctantly hands the ball back to the boundary umpire right in front of the South nugget here as a bowling.
Certainly thought that it had come off the North player's leg and went out on the full, and he was willing to fight over that. And the umpires have thrown the ball in.
Good tackle laid. Umpire says we're not going anywhere. It's going to be a ball up. We'll throw him back there. McAuliffe is get ready to go again. Clary might be able to extract it. He does. Gets a hand pass across, and still they scrap towards the boundary line. And over the line it ends up going. Kelly. I was doing some research in terms of the medal count on Monday. Of course, the Lionel Johnson. He's won 6 of them. Kelly
Yes.
hasn't done too badly at all.
I think it might be 8 medals on
Is
there.
it 8? Oh, I've been lied to. I apologise, everybody.
Cody Shaw, as the ball goes inside 50, early stages here for South as Cody Shaw gets his first look at goal, but he sprays it a little bit just to the near side of South rather, open their account there at 1 point, trailing North now by 5. North 1 goal straight, 6 leading South 1 point. 7 minutes gone on the Winchester Club station sponsor scoreboard as Keenan Ellis plays on, brings it back in. Horrible kick there as it just tumbles end over end. Straight on the throat of Brock Elliott, who takes a good intercept mark about 60 out from goal. He's got Cody Shawn on if he wants. He goes in that direction. Cody tries to paddle it over his head to beat his opponent in Ryder Wilson. He can only push it over the boundary line and have a ball up here deep inside South territory. 7.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, Wilson, you can see already Wilson's upsetting Shawn. He didn't want to take possession of the ball, tried to tap it back up over his own head. So already Wilson, even without touching the ball, was winning that battle for me.
Ball just socked forward there. That one's looking like it's going to be off one. There's a behind. So scoreboard of 2 behinds, plays 1 straight 6. 4 points on the day, favour of North so far. Ball now down towards the pocket there, the back pocket that is, as the Callis takes the ball. Long, high footy, it just ran out of room there. It's going to come back. Looks like it's going to come back either via Purcell or Brown. No, via Purcell. So Mark Purcell gets it in, finds a target in Marcus Purcell. And the footy has ended up near enough to the top of the forward pocket, or the full forward there. As they scrap, and there's a goal off, and Sean's got one for North. For South, sorry, they're away. And it's 1-2-8, plays 1 straight 6.
There's a reason they call him Cat Shawn. It's because he's got cat-like senses, and he was able to pounce on that ball once it hit the ground and scooped it up and kicked it through the goal from about 3 metres out.
He's dynamite when the ball gets through.
Very, very good on his feet, turns very well, very good below his knees, and Wilson did very well with the initial kick when it came in, but wasn't able to get any distance on the punch away, and as it went to ground, Shawn was able to pounce and kick it through.
Yeah, did very well to get that one through on the scoreboard. So we now see an 8-2 ball game.
Ball back up in the middle. Brown just takes out the ruck again and manages to muscle his way. A good clearance there. Kicks it up the line, almost inside 50 for South. Only goes as far as McAuliffe. McAuliffe gets a little grubber kick out to Presler, who is run down but just got a kick away, I reckon, before he was tackled there. And Scoop Lawrence picks up and escorts it over the boundary line here, right in front of the bar of Jubilee. Over 9.5 minutes gone, South leading by 2 points here in the 2025 Grand Final, brought to you by 2 Dry FM. All back in now. It'll be Henderson now. Gets a little tap down to Langdon. Langdon can't quite pick it up. Lawrence it is who picks it up as well. He is tackled, maybe taken out the ball. Henderson probably pushed in the back as well, but we have a little bit of fireworks early. It'll be no free kick. It'll be a boundary throw in. Ball has moved all but about a metre up towards South goal, and well done by the boundary umpire. Quickly throw it back in. Not many players in position here, but it'll be Claire who tries to get the tap down. Gets it to Ellis. Ellis hands it off to Lawrence. Lawrence off to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to go up the line now, but all he does is kick it into the North Faithful here. No one can take a mark down there in the North Bleach. To be a South free kick to Brown. 10 minutes gone in the first quarter here at the 2025 A-grade grand final.
North worked out that stoppage pretty well just then, and they got that handball out in the open to Mitchell, but I don't think he realised how much time and space he actually had.
Intercept mark taken at the back as well as they begin their way through McAuliffe. McAuliffe then goes up the line, trying to find Turner towards the outer side brewery, towards the brewery side of the ground. It bounces, and Washbrook got it, able to drive it forward. South looking to go inside forward 50 there, and that's a good mark there taken by McAllister, who has had a pretty good season, as you've already mentioned, in the team of the year.
Great intercept mark then, right in front of Shaw.
McAllister kicks up the line now, so a bit of a pack for him. It'll be Reese Pitt who gets the hands off now to Tawny. Tawny outruns the resident midwife of South as well. We know Brian. Now the ball goes up to Jaden Kelly, who takes a nice mark from centre wing on the Brewery side. Now Kelly shielding his eyes already from the sun as we have a slightly later starting time today of 2:40. Now Kelly looking now for Gebhard, who played probably Pitt rather, the person who's come in. I mentioned Gebhard, who played probably the half of his life last week as well, when he got the North team over the line, and all we have now is a stoppage about 52 metres out from North's goal on the Brewery side, heading towards the northern end of the ground as well. Holmes gets a nice tap down. No real play can get on the end of that as well. We come out through Kennedy, who gets the clearance, kicks it going forward, looking for Logan Ferguson, who is wrestling there with Arlen Bird. And Arlen Bird does a good job of getting a fist in the way there and punches it over the goal line. North now 1-1-7, trailing South 1-2-8. 12 minutes gone in the first quarter.
I'll bring the ball in here. South, as Marcus Purcell gives it across. Now it is, well, they've got it forward here, South, but Kelly's going to chop it off. And here he is. If they're to win today, North, he's got to be a player that's going to have a massive impact. He's got it here, and he's pointing towards the goals. He's saying, get deep, I'm going to have a go here, boys. So Jaden Kelly, can he kick all of 55 metres?
Going to be a hell of a kick to kick it from here. You got Dylan Brown back there with Arlen Bird and a few others. If he doesn't kick the goal, they'll be marking it and bringing it out. But,
he's played us all because he's found a teammate inside forward 50, and McInnes has got the ball.
Playing chess, not checkers there, I think. Kelly, everyone thought he was going for goal, and even I had my doubts. He was 60 metres out at least, I think, and finds his teammate McInnes dead in front. Probably going to kick from about 40 metres here, 13 minutes score in the first quarter.
Shouldn't be an issue for McInnes, and that's the cleverness of Jaden Kelly as well, to say, no, I've got this in my arsenal. Get back, and then McInnes just found himself floating by himself. So McInnes goes in, kicks it, goal. He's got it. Another for North in the 2025 Grand Final.
very, very smart play. And this is where North are going to have to really concentrate all day, is when guys like Dylan Brown push back into those areas. You've got to avoid them. You can't be kicking the ball to them all day, otherwise they're just going to mark it. It's going to bounce back the other way. Henderson in that back line, Arlen Bird in that back line. Such tall timbers, such good quality marks above their heads. You've got to run it, you've got to go around the outside, and that's what they did on that occasion. Sold the dummy for a long one, kicked it short, right in the centre of that corridor.
Forced out napping there early in the first quarter here, 14 minutes gone. Trading goals at the moment, going goal for goal here as Brown gets the tap down to Purcell. Purcell didn't really take possession of it, managed to get it back to Brown. Brown is game tackled there by McInnes and Sutcliffe. The ball is playing pinball here in between a couple of legs here at Jubilee. Right in the centre, we have a ball up here, just on the edge of the centre circle here. It'll be Norman who throws the ball back up again, down to Brown. Brown takes out the ruck, probably the third or fourth time he's done that already. Lawrence is probably going to be the first to get there if the boundary doesn't beat him first, and it does there right in front of the South Faithful here. 14 and a half minutes scored in the first quarter here. North leading by 5 points. 2-1-13, South at 1-2-8 on the Missions Club station sponsor scoreboard.
So we haven't seen a lot of Logan Ferguson as yet in the game, but we're playing him a little bit forward here at the moment. See how that plays out as we go. We've got Dylan Brown sitting back behind the ball, ready for those intercepts. But need to get Logan Ferguson into the game for South and create some of that run.
Absolutely, ball goes cross, and it should work out okay here. Sean's going to pick it up. Oh no, slipped through his fingers. That's the pressure of the grand final. Back towards Mitchell, and Mitchell dumped into the dirt by Sean, and he's had a pretty good year for a player that's missed a little bit of footy.
Quality player, that's why he's club captain. Quality player, and they certainly missed him in that 6-7 week period when he was out, but good to see him back.
Oh, overran a little bit as they try and emerge with the football, and they do. Ellis lays a tackle. Ball flicks forward. Works out okay for Marcus Purcell. He had one hanging off of him. Couldn't get rid of Turner. Good tackle. And the umpire's found a free kick, and it is going to go the way here of South. So there's a free kick going the way of Sparrow.
It was a great tackle of the ball, but I'm sure he's supposed to have prior opportunity. But as the North player received the ball, he was tackled, and Sparrows ended up with a free kick. So he's going to have a shot at goal, 25 metres out, 45-degree angle. Certainly capable, this young man. Certainly capable.
Kicks on its way. He's got behind.
There's another player I've given them off.
Yeah, I think it was about 8 or 9 in the reserves grand final. You didn't call the women's grand final with us, but there probably would have been another 8 or 9 there.
The trying conditions here at Jubilee Oval, if you are kicking in front of goal, the pressure from both sides has been amazing so far as Ryder Wilson brings the ball back in. Gains about 25 on his legs and kicks it almost 70 metres up the field. Now goes to Bevan. North have made it all the way to the centre of the Brewery wing, and here we go, the Long Johnson medalist in Logan Ferguson's away. It's going to be a foot race here between him and Marcus O'Brien. Marcus O'Brien falls over, handball over the top of Talent Pit. North have gone coast to coast in all about 10 seconds here. Talent Pit runs 15 metres out from goal, kicks it straight through the middle. North have gone coast to coast in a mere seconds and had their third goal on the board here. Fantastic play there from the North players.
Yeah, that's exactly what North need to do. They need to get out in the open spaces of the wings and run that ball, and that's exactly what they've done now. Logan Ferguson able to use his legs and then get it over to Pitty. Pitty would have scored that goal right in front of his old man. He'll be sitting down there in the back of the car cheering and carrying on with the family. So yeah, great work, North. Great work.
You've got to say as well, Logan Ferguson, a man of few words. It must be said. I put the mic to him on Monday night. Had nothing to say to me. But no, he's an excellent footballer, so who cares?
Few words is probably saying. I wouldn't even say he's a man of no words, really. I think he's just won one of the highest accolades in local football, and it was just a casual Monday night for him as well. But I think he's very appreciative of winning that, very appreciative of his teammates as well. And he set up a beautiful goal there for North. North now leading 3-1-19, South 1-3-9, 17 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. On the Union Club, Stations one score.
I think as well. I don't think that's going to be his only medal from watching him play. I think he'll win another at least across his career. We get back into the centre. Ball goes up. Brown slaps it forward. Purcell was there. He played his 250th game this year. Absolute champion. As the ball gets towards Turner at half back, he overshot the hand pass towards McCullough, and McCullough able to give it off. Ball dropped short, dumped into the dirt. Umpire says that's the one's going to be mine, gentlemen.
There wasn't much difference between that one and the previous free kick that was given for a shot at goal for Sparrow, so it's hard to work that one out. But anyway.
South leading the ascendancy here in the clearance game as well. North just pulling that a little bit. We have a free kick now to Turner deep in South territory here. I think it might be for a high free kick. Turner's going to bring it out of the 50, go up to the Brewery wing. Just sort of overcooks the kick a little bit, looking for Kelly. I thought it was a mark to Johnson. The umpire said touch play on, and Johnson's game tackle as well. Like up to the North, a bit of a stoppage now. Just about centre wing on the Brewery side. Time on, almost about to tick over here in the first quarter.
Ball goes up again. Brown wins it. Kicks off a step and an absolutely excellent mark there at half back as they turn and have a look across the ground. Mark's going to be taken here by Shepherd, and it is Shepherd. Then turns into the corridor. Good mark taken as well by Lawrence, and Lawrence, I think back was part of the. He was standing the mark for the. He was the player that was playing against Sean when he kicked 7 in the qualifying final. So he's pretty glad to find himself not on him again today. The ball ended up meantime with Gebhard, who and turns and gets it towards a pack that forms. Might work out okay here for never mind, it's going to be a free kick here going the way of South, and it's going to go the way of Purcell. So Mark Purcell with the ball. Interesting decision there from the umpire. Didn't quite see what that one was for, and there's a big bit of contact, and McAllister ended up catching the fist of Mitchell Henderson, and Mitchell Henderson's a tall man, got a lot of weight behind him, not something you want to be on the end of a punch from him.
Brave there from McAllister, taking his third or fourth intercept mark now in the first quarter. He kicks out the line now, looking for Logan Ferguson. It's O'Brien, I keep saying the resident midwife of South as well. He takes a good mark in front of the Newmarket corner. Just takes his time a little bit here, looking to go up the grandstand side. Looking for Brown, probably the best person to look for. Brown is mauled by 3 or 4 Northies here, and Quinton Bevan grabs it and is nicely escorted over the line, which wins some just popping in the chops as well as he comes to the bench, holding his mouth as well. Bodies clashing everywhere there, though.
Yeah, I think that might have been friendly fire. Dylan Brown might have got him there in that one.
Not looking good as he sits down on the bench there, holding his mouth. So the ball gets thrown back in again now. Brown muscles his way past Claire. Brown, the male medalist during the week as well, tries to hand over to Ben Cabernet. He fumbles the ball to Shepherd, and Shepherd is taken high there by Miller Purcell there. Clear free kick there, high over the shoulder.
Shepherd with the ball, able to just do a little bit of the dance step, not bad. Claire turns, gets it inside the centre square, bouncing ball. Washbrook was first to it. He's going to lose out. He does lose out. McInnes sends it up. Falling back, should be picked up. It is into the open goal. Oh! He stuffed it on the line. He stuffed it on the liner's pick.
Wow.
Second beyond.
He's found the highest part of the Jubilee Oval there on the field, and he's kicked his toe. A certain goal there for North. Hopefully, we spoke about turning points last week, Lockie. Hopefully that's not one of them.
Only a metre out there. Yeah, you thought there's no way he was going to miss that one, but he found a way too.
So South bring it back out nice and calmly. 22 minutes gone in the first quarter. They come out to the half forward line or half back line, depending on what way you are going. Ball triples over the line just underneath the light tower here, the scoreboard end at Jubilee Oval here. Yeah, interesting there from Talon Pitt. Thought he'd beaten his opponent Bird, who's fallen over, ran into the goal square and just tried to dribble the ball through and missed it completely as Claire gets a little bit of payback there on Brown, pushes him out of the way. Handball is out now looking for Turner, but Turner fumbles it over the boundary line again.
Now that's the first time North have actually won a tap so far into the game. We're 22 minutes in. They need to start winning more or take some of that power away from Brown, because he keeps winning the taps by knocking the North ruckman out the road, taking it out of the air and kicking it long.
So what happens here is Brown gets a big tap through Johnson. Johnson with beautiful hands out to the South player running through the middle of the over. There's a little bit of scrimmage going on behind play here as the ball was punched there by Van Cabernet. And he goes as far, it's a horrible bounce there for Balllace. Balllace then tries to follow it up, comes in the hands of Sean, who's made his way 55 metres out from goal. Looking for Elliott down the line here. Good punch there from Ellis, and Van Cabernet who gets front and square there. He is deep inside, trying to handball it to himself. Might get intercepted there by McAllister, and here's huge tackle there from McAllister. He has played one of the quarters of his life here as well, here at Jubilee Oval, really setting the tone for the North back line.
I used the phrase when talking about the men's game last week, one of the great September quarters from North. Think it's been one of the great September quarters from McAllister as well.
Perfect tackle there, wasn't it? Just clean, just kept the ball, locked him up.
So a big strong mark there from McGuinness as well. It takes on the half back line right in front of the South Faithful. McGuinness plays on. Try and go up the line here. North be looking for one more goal here deep in the first quarter. Kennedy can't quite mark it. Tries to juggle in a one-handed mark. Everyone's screaming now for out on the full. I reckon we might see the same result here again with the boundary throw in. Not just the players that are nervous, it's the umpires that are nervous as well as might be evens here. It might be a one each here with ball being thrown back in right on the centre line here at Jubilee Oval.
Ball comes back into play. Claire fighting with Brown. Claire definitely wins the fight there. Shepherd able to get a hand pass forward, and well, Henderson was trying to dance his way around, and that is the last action of the first quarter.
That beautiful sign off there by the Angels, but out of the blue is a beautiful segue. Thank you to Brony for pointing that out to us. Out of the blue is North, 3-2, 20 leading South, 1-3-9. In the first quarter, as mentioned there, goal scorers Talon Pitt, Tyler McGuinness, and Nash Mitchell, singles to Cody Shawn as well for the South Football Club. Beautiful crowd here at Jubilee Oval, 18 degrees, 13 kilometre winds. Could not pick a better day if you tried, David.
No. Picture perfect. Doesn't get any better than this the grand final day, and it's far better than the last 2 weekends we had, where that wind was just unbearable to try and get a half decent game.
A little bit of rain during the week as well, just to green up the oval as well in time for the grand final. We are underway here for the second quarter. Let's see what South can bring as Nunn Purcell gets an early clearance. Caleb McCullers gets a good fist in front of that is Brock Elliott as well. As South go inside 50 very, very early here, and it eludes the spearheading Cody Shaw before it dribbles over the line. That's 15 metres out from South goal at the scoreboard and here at Jubilee Oval. Keep mentioning North coming out of the blocks early. It's just interesting to see if they can keep that up and how long for as well. I'm sure everyone would remember 12 months ago with North running over the top of South, and then we want him to do the same thing again as Mitch Henderson is back in the ruck after copying that nasty knock in the chops as well. He's back on the field. South get the clearance now. They try and have a shot from goal, but they have missed it completely, gone out of bounds on the full. It'll be Ryder Wilson who brings the ball back in for North. Just about to tick over a minute in the second quarter here at Jubilee Oval.
When these two teams met a couple of weeks ago, South really pushed up and made sure they had all their players from the centre of the ground forward, and they've got 3 players sitting back at this stage and really not pressing North as much as they had previously.
Ball tries to work its way through. South from half forward, just able to reload, send it inside. Sean was coming, he had it knocked away from him by a teammate. McAllister tried to charge his way through for the North defence. It was Purcell who handballed it backwards, and Shepherd's going to fly and take this one. And he goes back, able to take a mark. That might have just gone 15 distance-wise. It was certainly higher than it was long. As the ball ends up with McInnes at half back, taking his time, making the assessment. Fires it high, up and under, a pack of 3. Holmes was there, and Brown emerges with the ball, bouncing towards the line, and that's where it goes.
North have kicked that ball, Tyler McGinnis kicked that ball long, and you had Dylan Brown and Jordan Holmes standing, and you thought, here we go, here's a mark. But Dan Kennedy is a fighter from way back, and he made sure that Jordan Holmes didn't take that mark, and that's where it's going to be important when they're kicking that ball forward to the big twins.
A real honest footballer, Dan Kennedy, as the ball comes back in. I reckon Brown just got the tap down, and both ruckmen have barely moved, and they've just ended up tackling each other right on the edge of the square. Centre wing here, grandstand side. 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. Both ruckmen go at it again. Brown does well to guard his spot there and just overhead spikes it. Only gets as far as Cooper Lawrence, who picks up. He's got Shepherd on if he wants. He doubles back. He's the handball. A horrible handball, really, to Jake Borlase. Borlase's handball was then spoiled there by Roberts. Well, not really going many places here, and it just triples out half over to the North Bleachers and the Newmarket corner. 2.5 minutes gone in the first quarter. North leading by 11 points.
Back in, ready to go. North and South. The grand final that we probably had destined as works out okay. Logan Ferguson off a step, able to get it forward, but intercept mark coming, and was a pretty good mark taken as well by Smith. Smith played a pretty good game a couple of weeks ago as well in the game that got South into the grand final. Kick from Bird goes inside forward 50, might work out. Sean was trying to part the seas, he might be able to finish it off, and this time there's no mistake at that end. South, another on the board.
So South kicked the ball long into Cody Shaw and found himself in a one-on-one situation, and wasn't able to mark the ball, but the ball came to ground and Ryder Wilson fell over and left Cody standing by himself. So that's the difference between that experience between the young up-and-coming player in Ryder Wilson and Cody Shaw, is to be able to stay on your feet, and that way the opportunities will come, and that's what he's done. He's benefited from a goal.
Yeah, another on the board for South. They're just able to close that margin out. They keep it nice and tight, which is good to see. North certainly will feel that they're still in cruise control, but be interesting to see whether or not they're able to fight this one back. Back into we go. Trying to work his way through. And was Kelly, but he had to settle for becoming the tackler. Another ball up, centre square.
Ball back now. Brown almost pushes Sutcliffe underneath the ball. The ball goes out to Shepherd. He is balled there by Luke Lyons, and we'll have another ball up. Ball has moved not very far here at Jubilee Oval. We have another ball up as well. Good ruck duel here between Sutcliffe and Brown. Sutcliffe doing his best just to quell Brown's influence. Maybe another ball up here, so 3 ball ups in a row, and it's saying that Sutcliffe's got a massive job here trying to get over the top of Brown, which is no easy target. Brown taps the ball down to Purcell. Purcell gets it out to Joe Baller, so I reckon he may have grabbed that on the half volley. The umpire agrees as well. He's tackled by Bird. And have another ball up just on the edge of the centre square here. 5 minutes gone here at Jubilee over the 2025 A-grade Grand Final. Brown punches the ball forward. I think as far as McKenzie, the fumbles ball out to Kelly. Kelly to Tawny. Tawny's pinballs out to Purcell. That is Marcus, who has a shot on goal. Misses just to the near side. South reduce that lead to 4 points. 3-2-20, South 2-4-16, 5 minutes gone here. You're listening to 2 Dry FM's coverage of the 2025 A-grade Grand Final. Beautiful day here at Jubilee Oval as Ryder Wilson looks to bring the ball back in. Going to the Brewery side of the ground now. A long kick there looking for, that is Ferguson. South playing against a fist in there. I think that was Roberts, and the ball trickles over for yet another stoppage. Having plenty of stoppages, Dave, which probably suits the South Football Club as well, just with the talk team that they do have in the running capacity.
Yeah, it certainly should, but if you normally North would sort of benefit from Logan Ferguson, but you watch Max Roberts, he's wearing him like a glove, and every time he tries to move, he's grabbing him on the arm, grabbing him on the jumper, and he's not able to influence anywhere in there. So South getting a little bit of an advantage there because Logan's unable to get involved.
Well, I think it's just ran out of room here, so it's going to be thrown back in. Last player to touch it there was Tyler McKenzie. Tyler McKenzie played some footy in Adelaide at Broadview this season, and they got relegated. So it's a very different series of I guess, kind of emotions here, playing off for a flag. Broadview back in Division 2 of the Adelaide Footy League next year as we go back in. Tapped down, and it might work out okay here. It's trying to just work his way through. Purcell in the open goal. You would not believe that, just ran past. It was almost like there were training cones north out there, David.
Yeah, well, the very, very hard to stop Nugget Purcell when he gets some momentum up, and one of the best palms of the modern game that we see, palming off opposition players, and 2 or 3 had to go at him, and he's palmed them all off, run through and kicked it straight through the middle from about 20 out straight in front.
South take the lead for the first time here in the Grand Final, 3-4-22 to North 3-4-22 to North 3-2-20. 7 minutes gone here at Jubilee Oval. Very interesting game now to see how South go about trying to dominate this second quarter and build on a bit of a lead here. As I said, Jim McConnell, the North front, really trying to pump up a few of the players here as well as the ball makes its way back to the centre of the oval. Have that ruck contest between Southcliffe and Brown as well. Brown just a basketball jump there as well to stop 2 steps, pumps the ball out to the wing position. Intercepted there by Tawny. He looked for Lawrence, gets the ball out to him. Lawrence nearly run down there by Sparrow, manages to get the handball out there as well. The ball is, its pressure has definitely lifted here as Quinton Bevan puts a big bump on it, just asserts his dominance early. Kicks down, looking for the Long Johnson medalist in Ferguson. He drops through the first mark he has all year. It'll be Wood who picks it up. He is met heavily there by, that is Kennedy, I think it is, and the ball comes down to McGuinness. McGuinness gets put in the spin dryer as well. Somehow gets the ball forward. Kennedy barges his way through, but it's intercepted there by Jai Smith, and he escorts the ball over the boundary line on the Brewery side, about 70 metres out from North's goal.
Strength of North's the last couple of years has been Cooper Oates playing across half forward. He's just a batting ram. Did his ACL earlier in the year, I think about round 5 or 6, and really struggled to find someone to replace him there. But Dan Kennedy the last couple of weeks has really stepped up and doing a great job in that position.
Ball back new with Brown as they try and work their way through. Unable to do so is Marcus Purcell. Brown able to just get a little bit of a flick out. Collected it the back and running into a little bit of trouble with Smith. Lost his footing. And we give it across to the previous goal kicker and Nugget Purcell. Purcell gets it forward. And the ball bouncing down the wing. Elliott's there. He grabs it, turns, twists, snaps towards half forward. It might work out okay. Here's Henderson, and Henderson has missed.
I think Henderson's probably 6 foot tall, 6'4" tall, something like that. But I'll tell you what, down around his ankles, he's as good as any midfielder in the game. And he's bent down, picked that up, thrown it on his boot for about 35. Was very unlucky only to kick a point.
Let me tell you, playing on him feels like he's about 8 foot tall once he gets their hands in the air, as well as North try to bring it back out. Only goes as far as Harry Adder, the one player that was brought back in to this south side today. He turns the ball back over to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe marks in front of the Newmarket corner. He's looking to go down the line towards the North Faithful there, but he kicks the ball out of bounds on the floor and goes straight back to should go back to Harry Adder. Kind of Washbrook doing his best to try and get a kick there, but we go to Harry Adder now. Here's the ball looking back down the line. He may kick this back down Sutcliffe's throat, but it just swerves out of the way. And good mark there by Mitchell Henderson. Henderson has the ball 55 out. He puts it to the top of the goal square. 1-on-1 here between Sean and Wilson. Ball does very well and just sits up in the air for everyone to look at quickly. Tawny gets a hand in there, but only goes as fast as Elliott. Elliott has a snap, just goes across the face of goal, and South extend their lead at 4 points now. 4-6, 24 to 3, 2, 20. I'm sure this A grade side of South won't want to go down the same path as their B grade side and kicking so many points.
No, certainly not. And they know they've got to get Mitch rolled around pretty quick then when he took that mark. He wants to get that ball in 1-on-1 for Cody Shaw and give him half a chance. But the other South players quickly sworn into that front of that contest to pick up the crumbs if it wasn't marked. And North just need to make sure they're pushing back and working just as hard.
Ball towards the outer side, it's bouncing ball on the Brewery side of the ground, but unfortunately it's gone out. McInnes was closing quickly. We're going to have a ball thrown back in. Margin of 4 points, 3-6 plays 3-2. That's, of course, on the station sponsor, the Musicians Club scoreboard. We are getting ready to go again. Ball thrown back in. You can see where this one falls. Purcell was there, as was Tawny. Can he go in and win it? He's unable to. Mitchell's waiting at the front of the stoppage. Didn't quite get it to him. The umpire says we'll have a throw in.
So North, rather than give young Ferguson a rest and pushing him to full forward, it's caused a few dramas with the South defence. They've had to have a little bit of a shuffle here. So rather than take Ferguson off the ground, they're pushing him to full forward and hoping that 1-on-1 that it might pay off for them if they can get the ball down to him.
We have another stoppage here, about 75 out from South's goal. Dylan Brown was just resting behind the ball as well. He is now back in the ruck, trying to go head-to-head with Clare. Brown comes out, he gets a nice clearance, kicks out in front of Sean. Sean can't quite get it as it just eludes everyone. He's almost tackled there by Ryder Wilson. Sean somehow gets the ball free, gets a kick forwards, bounce at absolute right angle. I think Pythagoras will try and work that out as well. As it just bounces everywhere. It's picked up by McCallum. He is then tackled by the South player in Sparrow. We have yet another stoppage here. The upwards of 25 to 30 stoppages over the first quarter and a half here at Jubilee Oval as Henderson comes through, taps the ball down as far as McCallum. McCallum tries to get the ball forward, goes into the foot of Sparrow and goes over the line for yet another bounce throw in here. 12 been scored in the first quarter at Jubilee Oval. South leading 3-6-24 to North 3-2-20 on the station sponsor Musicians Club scoreboard.
This stop-start game that's going on at the moment won't suit South whatsoever because they are such a strong running team and they can't get into that groove at the moment.
Well, that might have been the playbook of Dave Ruddock, is just to lock up that running game as fast as they could.
Certainly would, you would think.
Ball goes up again now. Henderson, who just gets a tap down to Purcell. Purcell fumbles it. He then tackles his North opponent straight away, and we are yet again going to have a stoppage here at Jubilee Oval. Could be on the cards for some long quarters here as well as Big George Lewis medalist. Simon Matten throws the ball back up again. A little bit of space here for Ball Ace as that space was taken immediately there by, I think it's that Sparrow that may have put the tackle on. We'll wait and see as there is plenty of players now. There's been a push, possibly a 50-metre penalty here, and there's spot fires going on every here at Jubilee Oval. 50-metre penalty to South, a certain goal to extend their lead down to 10 points.
That's a good question. That was smart.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see if there's a goal kicked.
It was Nate Sparrow that kicked that goal there.
And interesting one to see. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but anyway, the 50-metre
The
penalty.
North player seemed to take a bit of offence that something must have been said after he got caught holding the ball, and he retaliated and ended up giving a 50-metre penalty away. So they were only 10-15 metres out, but still, it seems that little bit of mind warfare has started, and they're going to try and get into the North players' heads when things are not going their way. It'll be very, very interesting to see how North react to that.
South now kicked the last 3 goals, all in the space of 9 minutes as well, from the 4-minute mark to the 13-minute mark of this second quarter, and they've taken the lead now by 10 points. Ball's back in the middle now. Brown just gets the slightest of touches there on the ball, but Blake Clare does his best to mop up. Turner gets in underneath as well, as does Purcell, but it comes out to Clare. Clare gives it to Lawrence. He tries to barge through 2 South players and probably ran into the biggest brick wall of them all in Dylan Brown. He's tackled holding the ball there. Brown just pumps the ball inside 50, putting it in front of Sean. And more like a glove now by Ryder Wilson. Sean takes a nice contested mark there in front of Wilson, just about on the paint of the 50-metre line, 45-degree angle at the northern end of the ground.
Going to take a very, very good kick here from Cody Shawn. right, he'd be kicking right on the 50. South haven't pushed too many players forward. Certainly not many tall players. I think Jordan Holmes might be down there, I think. No, he's across the centre of the ground. It's Mitch Anderson sitting on the goal line. But he's pushed it to the left and was lucky to go in through for a point.
Okay, 4 behind.
South now 4-7-31, leading North by 11 points, 3-2-20, 15 minutes gone on the station sponsor Music Club scoreboard here at Jubilee. We're listening to 2 Dry FM's coverage here of this Super Saturday Grand Final edition, the last day in September here for local football as Ryan Wilson brings the ball back into play on the grandstand side, looking for a couple of bit of tall timber. It might be Marcus O'Brien takes an intercept mark down in a pack of plenty players as well. He's now looking for Cody Shawn as well, who is on a massive lead. Players come from everywhere. The ball comes out the back down to Langdon. Langdon tries his best to get a kick away and yet another behind here for South. Can't quite put North to the sword here in the second quarter. 4-8-32, leading North 3-2-20.
So we've got 12 scoring shots for South to 5 for North. So again, something may come back and haunt South a little bit later on if North can get their hands on the ball just a little bit longer and get some of that run that they had in the first quarter. South could be ruining these missed chances.
South a long ball down towards the outer side. Pack forming. Are away now. And here he goes. Ferguson, one bounce. Does he have another? This time elects to kick. And he's, well, picked out Holmes. That's not what he wanted to do at all. And Holmes at the back, able to take a nice mark for South. South now get it away towards the far side, the brewery wing. Kick down the line. Brown flies, unable to take a mark. Turns and kicks, and that one might have worked. It's alright for Pitt, as Pitt then turns, gets it inside forward 50, and Holmes again, the brick wall. He's taken 2 marks in a row.
Just too big there on top of Bevan as well was Holmes. He now looks for Wood. Heading out towards the bar area of Jubilee over Wood takes a really nice mark here. South kicked 3 goals, 5 in this quarter. North yet to score here as well. So definitely the early ascendancy here in this second quarter as we have about 17 minutes gone. All comes down to Roberts. He can't mark what he probably should have, and Jake Paul's there early in the scores and over the boundary line right in front of the North interchange blocks here. I'm sure North probably want to be getting 1 or 2 goals here to maybe level the score, even going 1 goal down here, Dave, at half time.
Yeah, well, they've pushed Quinton Bevan forward, but he's playing 20-25 minutes behind Jordan Holmes, and but North just can't find him, and Jordan Holmes keeps pinching the ball.
Dylan Brown gives the ball off to Addard. Addard's kick is intercepted there by Lawrence. He puts a good shepherd on for Wiz Henderson. Hands it off to Logan Ferguson. He's just sort of jogging as he's trying to find a target inside 50, looking for Kelly. Washbrook gets in his way, and it'll be Johnson as well who gets there first. Hands off to Washbrook. Washbrook steps inside of a couple of players, gives it to Purcell. Purcell hands over to Sam Lyons, that is. He was looking to switch the ball, had absolutely nowhere to go to. He tries to kick it, probably kicks to the North's best user of the ball in Logan Ferguson. As I've said that, he's turned the ball over to Alex Johnson. Alex Johnson kicks it up the line. Good spoil there from Cooper Lawrence. Well, gets there just in time as Max Sparrow was probably just waiting for the ball to come to him. Tyler McGuinness has the ball now as he runs inside 50, takes 2 bounces, goes on his left foot, tries a check side from the boundary and hits the behind post there out of bounds on the full. North still yet to score here in this second quarter. It'll be O'Brien for South that brings the ball back in.
That's the first time North have had some depth in their kicks into that forward 50. The last 3 or 4 have been very shallow entries, and South have been able to rebound it easily each time.
Good mark taken there, a diving mark as well, completed by Mackenzie. So Mackenzie has a look and he's got nowhere to go to. So decides instead to kick it towards Langdon, and Langdon steals what he probably should have taken.
And Presler let him know about it as well. He's a very underrated player, Presler. He cops a fair bit from his North teammates, but probably one of the fittest players in the league. Just gives 110% every time he takes the field.
Presler also critiqued my commentating duties last week as well, so thank you very much for that, Jade. As the ball comes back in, another Jaden in. Kelly gets the ball out, gets a clearance, he kicks it forward looking for Talon Pitt. Talon Pitt just couldn't get there before the ball goes out of bounds for another throw in 20 metres out from the North's goal. Nearly went to that canteen pocket like it did last week, Lockie.
Out of curiosity, Aki, what did he say?
He said, I don't get excited enough. I said, that's not my job to get so excited. That's Lockie's job to get excited.
Yeah, that's fair. Back in the middle.
So you can see that the far side of the ground now is really open. If South wanted to break here, they could almost go the full length of the field because everyone's sucked over into that canteen pocket.
I think it's going to be a free kick coming back here.
Payday throw on Sam Lyons, I believe, as well. Obviously, the eye was quicker than the hand this time.
Yeah. Not for umpire Chris Nyman though.
No, he was there already. He's got the whistle. And it looks like it's going to be Nash Mitchell who's lining up. There's a bit of rhyming.
No, they've given it back to Dan Kennedy.
Oh, they've given it back to Kennedy.
So who's not normally a long distance kick.
Well, he's kicked that one and he's clicked the leather off of it, and I think it's been touched.
Yeah, so South had 3 players to 1 on the goal line there, and someone else has got to push up and take that jump away from Jordan Holmes, so he can't jump and tap it over the line.
It'll be O'Brien who brings it back in for South. He's looking for Brown, and why wouldn't you when Brown takes he's put down what he had there as well. Ball comes out to Mitchell. Mitchell gives it to Kennedy. Kelly gives a big fend off now to Sam Lyons, but Sam Lyons does his best to come back. Langdon, who's just fumbled in his last couple of minutes as well, now gives the ball out to Brown. Brown just kicks it to his counterpart in Sutcliffe, and Sutcliffe fumbles the ball over the boundary line and is in the waiting hands of the South runner there. Have another ball in. 20 and a half minutes gone in this first half here at Jubilee Oval. South leading by 11 points in 4-8, 32 to North 3-3-21 as the ball was put back into play. Brown gets really good first position here, gives up to Purcell, and mid to Purcell. He now kicks well across goal, looking for Sparrow. It'll be Cooper Lawrence who might get there first. Good little tussle here between the 2 players as both can't really get their hands on it. Cooper Lawrence falls over and Sparrow falls over the top of him. Play continues now. Be South who come away with it through McKenzie. McKenzie spins around, kicks it along now, looking for Van Kamerade, who took a really nice mark there in front of McAllister, who hasn't had the impact he had since the first quarter, but still got a very good game. Nevertheless, as they've always gone inside 50, Cody Shawn falls over, Roy Wilson keeps running, picks the ball up, he is tackled there by Bird, then he gives the handball off to Shepherd, Shepherd almost handballs to himself, now off to Kelly. Kelly has Sutcliffe out wide if he wants to, and he does, he's out on the grandstand wing now. Sutcliffe, Mitchell Henderson pops up, comes onto the field just in time, he keeps the ball in play really well there, gives off to Smith. Smith is trying to elude Mitchell, and he does. Kick goes inside, miss Luke Lyons, and then goes to Jaden Kelly. Jaden Kelly tries to switch it, and the foot race is on now between Logan Ferguson and that is Harry Addard as well. It'll be Ferguson who gets there first. He's got Cooper Lawrence in support if he wants to. Just backtracks a little bit, gives the hands off to Lawrence. Lawrence can kick long now to McGuinness. He's looking for him as well with Johnson hot on his tail. Good contest there between the 2 players. Both players get up simultaneously as well, and McGuinness kicks the ball over, and it may have been played deliberate here.
I mean, was that before?
Ball's going to come back into play. North, down the line. Henderson's, well, he had a 1-on-2, nearly 1 out in the end. Wasn't able to quite. Kelly tries to come charging through. He missed it, and now here comes Pitt. Pitt gives it across towards Logan Ferguson, and Logan Ferguson kicks it straight in the waiting arms. But there's been a free kick.
Free kick downfield for a late hit on Ferguson, and Kelly's over there remonstrating with the South player.
Ball just missed the intended target there of Mitchell. So South should be able to pick it up and get it running again. Henderson, centre of the ground, bouncing ball on a true centre wing. Picked up, and kick just was blocked there. So that's going to come back to potentially bite them now as they start to hand pass it around. Goes back. Turner was the player that was picked out. He's going to go and try and win it again, but it ends up going over the line.
North had a 3-on-2 there, and really looked like they were going to take the ball away, but they're just fumbling with from the handballs, and allowed South to come and apply some pressure and force the ball out. Now they can reset here on centre wing.
North probably overused it a little bit there and caused another throw in. It'd be Henderson. No one really touched it, but the ball falls to Henderson. He gives it off to Wood. Wood's handball finds its way to Ellis. Addard is in there as well, tries to pick it up. Ellis is trying to push his way through. It'll be Kelly who comes through the big kick, but then good smuggled there by Smith. Smith gives it off to Langdon. Langdon trying to find Van Kamerade. Clare uses his body well and pushes through, finds Shepherd. Shepherd gives it off to McAuliffe. McAuliffe is surging through the middle. North have numbers here in the middle of the oval. Play on, hopefully, is going to be North might be done here as play continues. It does. Advantage has been paid to Logan Ferguson. Kick is on its way now, looking for Bevan has a snap that goal, and that is a chance goal peaking there for North as the physicality has lifted here late in the second quarter here at Jubilee Oval. 24 minutes score. Bevan not able to impact the scoreboard. North still just a solitary point for this quarter. 3-3-21. Trailing South 4-8-32. And as I say that, the siren sounds here for the first half of a very entertaining first half here at Jubilee Oval.
South weren't able to capitalise on the scoreboard, and thankfully for North that there's still a ride in this game, but certainly a game of 2 quarters because North were right on top in the first one and South in the second.
Umpires are pretty keen to get this second half underway as umpire Matt Long called there. Siren has sounded, and the ruck duel continues here between Sutcliffe and Brown. Brown gets a nice double tap down there, puts that in front of Purcell. He gets a nice run on the ball here. Looking for Cody Shawn. That's really good body work there by Cody Shawn. Got a little bit of separation from Ryder Wilson. Takes the mark out, I would say 25 metres out, straight in front, looking to extend that lead or that margin out to 17 points here. Only 20 seconds gone here in the second quarter, in the second half rather, as Cody Shawn comes in. Looking for his third goal here. Kicks on his way, liked it straight off the boot. A little bit of early dominance there for South. 17-point leaders now. 5-8-38 North. 3-3-21 South next to the last 4 goals of the game.
Certainly not the start to this quarter that North wanted, but as you called, that big double fist by Brown sent it over the back of the midfield players in the centre of the ground. South were able to run onto it, and you don't miscatch Shawn 25 metres away, dead in front, and not hitting on the chest. So he was able to find that separation from Wilson. Wilson was very upset with himself and clapped his hands together, knowing that that shouldn't have occurred.
Back in the centre we go. Massive. Couple of minutes coming up. They desperately need one now. To North as we try and work our way out of the centre. That one's going to be balled up though, says the umpire. It arrives back in his hands. Barely moved. Tapped from Brown. Rolls and bounces. Should be collected here and it is chasing after it. Does a nice job there as it's able to flick it across. And they're able to get towards the outer side. Nash Mitchell is the intended target. It bounces. The two South players run into each other. And Smith came out the better of them. Towards Pitt. And Pitt gets it inside forward 50. Bounces with Bevan. Misses him. There's Tawney. He's able to get a hand pass across. Mitchell from the pocket. Mark taken. Oh, behind. Is that a controversial call? If that was given, North were going back to have a little bit of an opportunity at a set shot. Either way, it should be slingshot footy here for South.
Washbrook brings out looking for Luke Lyons, who's recovered from that collision with Smith. He looks inside 50 now, inside the centre square rather, and finds a teammate there in Sparrow. He kicks it forward now, looking for Shawn, who's been the hot target here. And why wouldn't you when he's just about notched up 50 goals for the year? Little wrestle there between Wilson and Shawn. Ball comes out now to Roberts. Roberts swings around, kicks a check side goal. Exactly what South would have wanted coming out in the second half. If they kick their second goal for the quarter, not even 3 minutes gone here, and they push out to a 22-point margin, the highest margin of this contest so far, Dave, and it just looks like the South have come out of the blocks really fast.
Yeah, no, coast to coast just then. It was a restart from a point down at the other end, and they've gone the full length of the field. Very clean. The reason they're very clean was because North weren't able to get near any of the players and apply any pressure. So we're able to pick out the targets of their teammates, and they've ended up with a goal at the other end of the ground of Roberts. Yeah,
disappointing from a North perspective. It is now or never for the Bulldogs if they're to bite back. South in cruise control.
Sutcliffe's certainly trying to mix it up in the middle, but he needs to jump into Brown's body. And he just seems to be wanting to jump to the side of it. Brown keeps knocking the ball forward and giving South the advantage as he's just done again then.
Brown already has a premiership medallion today, a coach's premiership medallion. Of course, his women's team getting over the top there as they try and work their way through, unable to do so. Good tackle on that one. He's going to be balled up. Umpire says, thank you very much. Up we go again. Brown in the middle, bouncing ball, fired back through. And Elliott was able to shovel a hand pass out the back. Pitt's in there. He's then tackled by the aforementioned Elliott. We're going to have another ball up.
Situation's certainly not out of the reach of North. They're not a prolific goal-kicking team against South, but they're going to have to start getting on top in a few areas.
Sutcliffe does his best to get over the top, but in doing so, gives way a free kick to Brown. Now, Brown on the edge of the centre circle kicks it long in the direction of Cody Shawn. He gets a little bit of separation. Good work from Ballwace there as well, who comes in to lend a hand as well. The ball just beats Cody Shawn, a diving Cody Shawn over the line, intersection of the paint and the boundary line as well in front of South's faithful now. 4.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. South leading by 22 points, 6-8, 44, North 3-4, 22. Seeing South had a bit of early dominance here. They kicked the last 5 goals here. North's last goal coming in the 17-minute mark of the first quarter, as umpire Bryce Edgecombe brings the ball back in. Henderson does well, jumps over the top of Ballwace and taps it. It's down to Jack Bird. He's tackled there by two North players, one of them being Shepherd. We'll have another ball up, almost the identical spot that ball come in before. The Henderson and Ellis now that go head to head. The ball taps down to Ball Lace. Ball Lace is tackled there by Adard, and it'll be another ball up. This ball is moving absolutely nowhere. Stoppages are aplenty in this game.
Henderson tries to get it forward, wasn't able to do so. North win it off the front of the contest. Now they turn, chasing after it. Lusaka wasn't quite able to get away with it then. The ball is with Kennedy. Was he taken high? Tackle was laid. Umpire said holding the ball. It's going the way there for Bird, and Bird turns, gets it inside forward 50, and that's a good mark as well as Mackenzie. Able to just turn at the 50. Gets it inside forward 50. Ball towards the back, and they're rolling. Should be able to be picked up there by Sparrow. Sparrow then fires it backwards. Might have to get it again, and does. It's pass the pass between these two. Lines back to Sparrow. They just keep working in tandem. Twisting ball up and under. Needs a fly. Ball got brought down, and that should be picked up on goal. And it's missed.
Gone out on the full. I remember in the first quarter we were calling how well all the different individual North players were doing and how they were involved in the game. And virtually since quarter time, we've hardly mentioned any player that's really capitalising and winning their one-on-one battle with any of the South players. And they've got to find some of these younger guys and mid-tier players need to really start stepping up and winning their own battles.
Cody Shaw starting to attract a fair bit of attention as well from the North players trying to help out with a 2-on-1. As there'll be Logan Ferguson who brings the ball out, really scrappy kick there and kicks it straight down Margaret Purcell's throat. He gives the hands off to Mitch Henderson, the captain coach here at South. He has a shot on goal. All he can do is push it across the face of goal and extend that lead now to 23 points, 69-45, leading North 3-4, 22, 7 minutes gone on the Musicians Club station sponsor scoreboards. And it's just at the moment real lack of disposal efficiency here from North, bringing South into the game. So one thing you don't want to do is just hand the ball on a silver platter to South as Talonpip brings the ball back in to play. He finds Ball Lace now on the Brew side of the halfback flank there. Ball Lace goes up the line. All he can do is kick it out of bounds on the floor. Just that disposal efficiency again, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely no pressure. And he's kicked the ball out of bounds, and South are going to rebound straight back into their 50.
Sparrow who puts it back inside 50. No one can really lay a glove on it. It'll be Cooper Lawrence who gets there first. A hard tackle there from Brock Elliott. And umpire says we'll have another ball up 25, 30 metres out straight in front from South's goal.
Another young South player's had a great year. Probably his first time ever in the team of the year. Young Brock Elliott.
Ball now works out okay as they're trying to just scrap it forward South. And a little toe poke. And a little advantage is what they're after. Twisting and turning and trying to work their way through. Kick on goal came from Marcus Purcell and he's just missed.
Early in the game also, North were applying pressure and winning the tackles. But that tackle we saw from McAllister in front of the goals. But since then, it's really dropped off. They're trying to apply some pressure, but none of the tackles are sticking. And the South are able to shrug it and take the ball forward.
Long kick down the Brewery side wing. Should be picked up and McAllister. No, that's going to be 50. That's silly. Accidental, but 50 metres either way.
Yeah, no, it's when you give a free kick away, you've got to give the ball back to the player that's being awarded the kick, and the South player's thrown it to his teammate. So hence it's 50 metres down the field.
It's been harsh on the umpires the last couple of weeks. I reckon that's exactly 50 metres from umpire Shane Chapman is torn. He puts the ball back inside 50 for North. It falls out the back, and then no one's really there getting there first. But Tom Higgins tries to get his hands on it, and Purcell does really well to push back and help his defenders out. Taswell with a bit of Harlan Globetrotter stuff. A spear tackle there from Turner on Purcell. He may have been taken without the ball there. Comes out to Kennedy. Kennedy goes inside 54 South players to no North players there guarding the last line of defence. That is Holmes who takes the mark. He gives the ball out now to O'Brien on the Brew side underneath the scoreboard. O'Brien goes up to Dylan Brown, who's found a mountain of space, trying to find his opponent in Suckley, but he's nowhere to be seen at the moment. Brown's long kick looking for Elliott. Does well to punch it. North have a 3-on-2 here. McAuliffe tries to hand the ball over. Misses the ball completely. McAllister tries to get in there as well. Good hands there for Nash Mitchell. He is slung, but I think he's been holding the ball there. As it'll be Nate Sparrow who picks up the free kick here on the half-forward line for South on the Brew side wing. He plays on straight away, kicks inside 50, looking for Sean. Ball falls short there, goes over the top of both Sean and Wilson. Wilson with a little bit of height advantage punches the ball back to Talonpip. Talonpip tries to keep the ball in play, does best, but In doing so, it gives Cody Sean a free run at the ball. The ball goes over for a boundary throw 30 metres out from South's goal.
About to come back into play here. A massive opportunity for South. Can they rubber stamp this one? Can they send it home?
It's just these repeat entries that are finally going to take, or we're going to finally take some toll on North. They just can't keep defending and defending. They've got to get it out and get it down that other end of the field.
It was Henderson who tried to turn a ball home, but he wasn't able to do that. So we're going to have this one thrown back into play. Umpire waits.
So it's 7. North have got 7 on 5 against South player-wise here, and it'll be interesting to see if they can get their hands on the ball and bring it out, or it's going to be South that come up with it instead.
Ball emerges from the pack. It's a long up and under kick, and Brown's just taking the mark, so the wall is there doing its job. What is he able to do? Dylan Brown, the male medalist, turns, puts it inside forward 50. The pack forms. It's there. Sean tried to just throw a leg at it, wasn't able to do that. North should emerge with the footy. They do enough to defend here.
And it'll be Bevan who comes out that tries to get the absolute cover on it. South have just set up an absolute brick wall here. This may have been dealt with after he kicked at Bevan. It'll be a downfield free kick. North someone get out of jail because there's 2 South players, all by Lowson. One of them was Washbrook. It'll be Tawny who comes up with it right in the corner of the square here on the grandstand side here, coming out of the half back line. Nice little kick there to Claire. He drops what he should have taken. Ball comes to Elliott. No little player trying to really get it. Everyone trying to play soccer at the moment. He Holmes who wraps up Claire and causes the ball up just about 1.5 metres from the centre of the boundary line on the grandstand side. And umpire Norman very quickly throws the ball back up. Either Ruckman does get a hand on it. Kelly gets in quickly, tries to barge his way through Van Cameron. Wilson, who's been released from the job on Cody Shaw, is up the ground a little bit further. He comes up with an easy tackle there. Shirt collar grab there from Bursell. Up there from Wood. Free kick now to North. I'm not sure what it was for. It would go the way of Wilson. He gives the hands off to Kelly. Probably wasn't there. Probably didn't need to. Kelly sells a little bit of candy. He's got Dan Candy short if he wants, chooses not to. Smothered there by Van Cameron. Kenny gives the handball back to Kelly. Kelly dump kicks back inside 50. Brown pushes his way back. May have been a little injury there for McGuinness. Keep an eye on that. The Logan Ferguson hands off now to Cooper Lawrence. Cooper Lawrence's kick is on its way. South players are asking for touched off the boot, but it goes through for a minor score anyway. North now 3-5-23, trailing South 6-10, 46, 12.5 minutes score on the Midges Stations on scoreboard.
Much better passage there by North. They're really aggressive around the ball, and they've mixed the team up and thrown some players around, and now they're able to get the ball going forward a little bit.
Here comes Bevan, Mitchell able to fire it back across. North back inside forward 50. Here we go. Lawrence was having a look. There's Kennedy trying to twist and turn. Gave it across back towards Lawrence. There's a whistle that's gone. And it's going to be a free kick here. Looking likely it's going to go the way of Kennedy. And he's got it around about 30 metres out.
Free kicks helping North later. There's probably 3 or 4 that we've called in the last 5 minutes, especially with South not under a whole lot of pressure. I want to put themselves under pressure with these free kicks.
Yeah, but you've got to put yourself in a position so you're getting the ball first, and that's how you draw the free kicks, and that's what North have now decided to do. Got a bit of urgency around their game, getting down, trying to get the ball first, and drawing those free kicks.
Kennedy kicks at goal, looking good, looking really good, and they needed that, North. They've got it.
Well, there's still some bark in the dog.
Is North's first goal since the 17-minute mark of the first quarter. Breaks a string of 5 in a row for South and just brings that margin down to 17 points. It feels like South, all the players going the way of South, but it's only a 3-goal lead.
No, it's only a 3-goal lead, and it's you've just seen in that little passage of play the last 3 or 4 minutes that the run has come for North, and I think they're inviting the run by handballing and rewarding the runners. They've had probably about a dozen handballs in a very short space of time and tried to work it through South rather than dump kicking it and just giving it back to South.
Ryder Wilson now being moved into the ruck. He gets over the top of Brown, but Brown gets the clearance, but the ball then comes to Kennedy. Quinton Bevan rather. He gets a nice little underground handball to McGuinness. A little bit too hot to handle though. No Purcell is in and under. He tries to get the ball. That's Arlen Bird. That handball was then stopped there by Jack Turner. Turner is in pursuit here, and he has Adard holding his tails as well. Goes back now, looking for Pitt. Pitt's handball over the top, looking for Mitchell. And I think the ball may have gone for a boundary throw in on the Bruce side. just on that in North Territory here, 15 minutes gone. Mission Stations on scoreboard.
Pitt came into this game with an injury cloud, under an injury cloud, and started the game forward, and now they've seemed to have rolled the dice and moved him onto the ball.
Bird and Wilson who do the ruck work there. No ruck can really get the advantage. We come through McKenzie. He gets the clearance out on the left foot. Looking at the line now, it's a really good mark from Kyle McAllister, who's pretty 60 set mark today. Very quiet in that second quarter. We started to really lift in this third quarter now. He looks a nice kick. He's looking for Talon Pitt on the outstretched arms there. He's right on the centre line of Jubilee Oval. Hands off down to McAuliffe with a Sparrow hot on his tail. Kick just gets over the top of Washbrook and finds Mitchell right on the tank. 50 out from goal. He hands off down to McGuinness. McGuinness has to double back inside. Looking to go on his left foot. Ball is curling around, and all Jaden Kelly can do is just score it through for a minus score. Now 4-6-30, trailing by 16 points.
For someone who's naturally right-footed, Tom McGuinness spends a lot of time kicking with his left foot, doesn't he?
That he does indeed, and while when you got pace to burn, you can probably kick on either side of your body.
Again, North, couple of handballs, running the ball, causing some trouble, and South aren't able to go to this run at the moment. We've got to win these contests, though. Bring it to ground and get these handballs going now.
Ball flicked over the top. Here we go. North looking to make their mark. Back inside. Was a kick from Lawrence, and in the end chopped off.
There was a dumb kick from Lawrence then when he had Logan Ferguson sitting in the middle of the ground all by himself. Go in there and it's a different outcome.
Brown on the wing, he might be able to extract the football here. Handballs it straight into Lawrence. Lawrence has been pretty good today. Nash Mitchell off a step. And that is going to be a... What was it called? It was whistles going off, but it's a little bit of a scrap here. It's coming back to the umpire. And this one's just about reached boiling point, you think, Toby?
Absolutely. It's very, very close. And beautiful grand final on display here. South leading by 16 points. 17 minutes gone in the third quarter here. Brown just pushes his opponent out, gives off to McKenzie. McKenzie, Van Kemenay there trying a little first touch there. Probably good playing next week at this stage. McKenzie pushes back up, gives the handball back to Van Kemenay. McAllister in hot pursuits, gives the handballs off now to Langdon. A really smart handball as well. Langdon's kick tumbles forward. Blake Gebhard's been moved back to man up on Cody Shawn. So Blake Gebhard's seen the full ground in the last couple of weeks, been moved back, then forward, then back to the back line as well. And the hardest forward in Broken Hill. He escorts the ball over the boundary line right in front of the South Faithful here. 17.5 minutes gone. South leading by 16 points here, 46-30 as we have another ball up, and looks like it'll be Ellis and Bird who go head to head as well now. Ellis trying to do his best. No ruckman really gets on the end of that. Gives the handball out to Pitt. Pitt with a little kick to Mitchell that falls short. Presler and Van Kemenay just dueling it out here. Handball's off to Mitchell. Henderson, a big dump kick. He got Kyle McAllister pushing back, trying to help out his friend in Gebhard. He comes back to McAllister, does well to rove that. Kicks it, horrible kick there as well as it makes its way down to Bird. And Bird still hasn't made it outside defensive 50 for North. He'll have a kick from right on the paint here, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, it's probably outside Bird's distance here. He's not a prolific goal kicker. I think he's had only about 5 or 6 goals for the year so far, but he kicks it long right into the goal square.
3-on-1 down there on Cody Shawn as well, as North are really trying to get back and help Gebhard. Now he's been moved on to Cody Shawn, and Ryder Wilson now playing as he's the last line of North up in the forward line here. But it's really tall timber there with Holmes, Wilson and Brown as well. Sitting around the centre circle, his ball is back in play.
Back in it comes. Henderson tries to get to the front. He does well. Just scraps it. And it's still trying to work. There was a contentious moment then. Pitt gives it across. And the clearing kick bounces and bounces. It should be taken, but it's not. Because through comes Smith. Smith then gets it just inside forward 50. The kick didn't quite work out in the end. It was high up and under that hasn't worked out for Adard at all. Interesting on Adard, when we asked Henderson after the qualifying final who he was going to bring in, Harry Adard was the only one of the reserves he mentioned by name. So it's probably how he ended up.
He's followed through with it. I think it was Will Stevens who may have missed out. I think he played in the qualifying final. The only change there is we mentioned that. I think there's been a free kick in the meantime with I think it may have been kicking in danger against Evan here. It'll be Harry Adard, that player there, who is going to have another shot for goal here. Right behind him here in the 2 Dry FM commentary box, about 35 metres out. This is to extend the lead out now to 22 points. His kick is on its way. Looks pretty good. He is very happy that his Harry Adard turns around to his South crowd. Gives a bit of a pump up, and
3
South are now
goals.
22 points up in front of North, 7:10:52, leading North 4:6:30. 20 minutes time on, just ticked over here in the third quarter.
That was totally against the last 10-minute momentum of the game here because North were really on top and a little indiscretion from Bevo and he's given away a free kick and South will capitalise and stretch the lead.
Yeah, potentially one they not they didn't deserve, but potentially one that was definitely in front of play. Just said there, David. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not North can get back on the horse, whether or not they're able to drive themselves forward. But South got them on the ropes, 3.5 nails in one hand on the Premiership Cup. Ball with Turner as Turner tries to send it up towards Kelly, ended up with the footy in the end. Sutcliffe tried to come charging through. Purcell, McKenzie, and that is going to be a free kick there going the way of Tyler McKenzie, it looks like. He's ended up with the ball. So McKenzie, the Tiger and Roo for a lot of this season. He turns and has a bit of a look towards. No, it's going across and it's going to end up in the hands of Marcus Purcell. So Purcell now with the ball. After they've made their mind up. And the umpire's pretty happy that everything's in readiness now. So from centre half back, Purcell turns, has a look, sends it up. Brown was there. Ryder Wilson was trying to wear him, but he just wasn't able to get there. Too strong is Brown. And Brown turns, gets it inside the forward 50. The pack emerges and it bounces out.
Ball rose over for another ball in here. Not sort of deep inside South Territory, just right in front of the BHAFL as well. Beautiful crowd here at Jubilee Oval as well. There are cars and people sprawled everywhere around the Oval. One of the most highly anticipated grand finals for a while, as well as the ball is back in play and Henderson does a bit of body work and gets Ellis out of the way. Comes down to Ferguson. Ferguson kicks now looking for Clare, but golden fist there from Dylan Brown. He comes through and punches the absolute cover off the ball. And I'm sure his fist grip is indented in the ball there, and the ball is just going over the boundary line there for Van Kemenade. So it's called for free kicks there as he was just pushed after the boundary line, but common sense prevails and we'll have another ball in.
He seemed to think that he was going to get a free kick for that, but
He's doing his best to coax the umpire into it.
certainly was.
He's taken the ball home with him if he didn't get the free kick. While it looks there, his ball is back in play now. Brown gets a little hand on that man. Van Kemenade runs through, pushes through, kicks looking for Burr, but it'll be ball so he gets a fist in first, punches the ball out. Trickles over the boundary line here, not long left here in the third quarter. We're just about to go 23 minutes gone. South 22 points up in this contest here, 7:10:52 to North 4:6:30.
Ball about to come back into play. Who is going to be the hero? If North have got someone, now is the time to stand up. Comes back in. Purcell, his later tackle. That was going to be a ball up. Fairly anticlimactic as we get ready to go again. 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Henderson. Purcell overran the footy. It was Turner who got it at the bottom of that pack, and Lawrence has been told it's going to be a ball up.
See, how do you compete against this with the South team? You've got Dylan Brown playing behind the ball now. If he's not winning the ruck, Henderson's out here tapping it down to wherever he wants to tap it down to. So it makes it a very tough day in the office when you've got to play against these two guys. And the ball's been kicked down the line and Dylan Brown's marked it and switched the play straight away.
Just on cue as he goes out to Marcus O'Brien. Marcus that's pretty much dead centre of Jubilee Oval. He plays on, he's on the cricket pitch there, kicks down the line out, looking for McKenzie, I think it is. He can't quite mark it. He is then tackled by Jaden Kelly. We might have another ball up here as Nash Mitchell lands a hand as well. 24 minutes gone here, just about in the final minute of the third quarter here at Jubilee Oval. This 2 Dry FM's coverage of the A grade grand final here on Super Saturday here in Broken Hill. Ball's been punched out in the way of Talon. Here's a bit of a foot race between him and Alex Johnson. Pitt does well to trap the ball there. He may have copped a high tackle there, but the umpire said holding the ball. I think he like an absolute clothesline there, but Lyons will be the recipient of the free kick there. He has the ball, looking to put South inside 50, but maybe one more goal. That might be one too many for North if they can get on the end of this South, but it'll be Cale McAllister who does well, intercepts the ball. Tries to kick an absolute talk, but it goes nowhere. It'll be Turner and Purcell, 2 hard nuts go at it as well. Both of them don't come up with the ball. We may have another ball up here with only seconds left here in the third quarter.
Logan Ferguson just has not been able to get his hands on the ball this quarter, and the South player that's Max Roberts that's standing here just won't give him any time or space to go and get involved with the game at all.
Siren sounds here at Jubilee Oval for 3/4 time. 25 minutes DC and TNT, and I reckon we said about Flashpoint before, Lockie. I think we're about to have a bit of a scuffle, but it could be on here. 22 points is the margin in favour of South, 17.52, North 4, 6.30. We are in for I'm going to say a barnstorming last quarter, Lockie. Take it away.
Well, first goal, if it goes the way of North, just how loud will the voices be in the South player's head? The ball starts to roll. Turner able to pick it up, tries to just shrug off Purcell. Successful in that task. Pitt out towards Kennedy. Kennedy lost the footy. It bounced up at him like a bouncer in a cricket pitch. Here he goes. Inside forward 50. Kennedy able to hit up McGuinness.
That was a good grab.
Very good from Kennedy as well to not blaze away at the 50-metre line. Just lowered the eyes and found McGuinness. This could be the spark that North need. And if McGuinness manages to put this through, it's a 16-point lead. And we keep talking about how good this last quarter is. This could take it up another notch.
This should, if he can kick the goal, will certainly energise North, you would think. If it doesn't, well, they're never going to win today.
Kicks on its way. McGuinness. He's missed.
Alex Johnson very lucky they're not to give a 50-metre penalty there, throwing grass at the player by having a shot. So very interesting there. I might have just missed that one. But nevertheless, it is a minor score. North 4-7-31, South 7-10-52. In Washbrook, who brings the ball back in. He looks to go long. Outside 50 there. Lawrence does well to get a fist in early. He gets the hands off just and goes only as far as Purcell. Purcell tackles as well, slung to the ground. We have another ball up right on the light tower here on the Brewery side, southern end of the ground.
Well, that's come back into play. Or back up. Umpire tosses it aloft. Brown wins out a high up and under, and that is going to be, well, nearly in the trees over on the other side. So Brewery side, it's going to be restarted here with North. And kicks. A good one finds Pitt. Pitt in no real rush. And just take the opportunity in front of him.
South are pushing a lot of players back behind the ball, so you just don't want to blaze it away, particularly with their tall timber that they have back there.
Speaking of tall timber, Washbrook, good grab. As he backs back, had a really good season, was rewarded in the Team of the Year, and the couple of times I've seen him since I've been in town, I've been relatively impressed with what he's able to bring to the party.
Very underrated player.
Wood has the ball on the half-back line, looking for his coach in Henderson. Ellis does well to try and intercept that. The ball then fumbles out, goes underneath Ellis. He's tackled immediately. Also holding the ball. We'll have another ball up. Just in the south bench here, we are at 2.5 minutes gone in the last quarter here of the 2025 A grade grand final. It'll be Ellis and Henderson. Henderson taps it straight back down, trying looking for Wood. Ball then comes to Purcell. Purcell does a 360, gives the hands out to Pitt. Pitt is on the side of the body, sets it up, looking for Preza and Smith. That's a good mark there by Smith and takes a mark there. Intercept mark inside 50 for North as well. Now Brown is there signaling to go long. I reckon Smith might be looking for him. And why wouldn't you as well as Brown? Sort of gets his way, but that is a horrible kick from Smith. Finds his way to Roberts. Picked up there by McCallum. Just he may have been taken without the ball, and he's right on the edge of the centre square.
Yeah, McAuliffe having a look. Not quite sure where to go. Caught in two minds. Decides to go. Has a look. It was Bevan that was leading at him, able to grab the footy now, trying to twist and turn out of the trap he found himself in. Ball now rolls past Tawney. And South able to just defend. There's Washbrook again. He's so clever. The dance, able to just hand pass across, finds Wood in an acre of space.
There's a 20-metre handball from Washbrook.
Yeah, very good. Good play with his hands, good play with his feet as well, as Brown tackles, and that might have been in the back. Umpire says it is going to be a free kick going the way of North. So North from the 50 to restart. Mitchell, can he produce a little bit of magic? Needs to find someone inside forward 50. He set it up. It was a little bit of a floater. Ball comes down. Turner tries to run through. Gets away from an opponent. Shot on goal. No.
Good mark there from McKenzie, who's pushed deep back in. Maybe 50-metre penalty. Maybe, yes, 50 metres as though he's dealt with after taking the mark. Probably going to give South a little bit of meterage here as well, and not what North wanted with South deep inside territory.
Did a South player retaliate then? Should that have been a reversal? Or was it just Tyler McGuinness retaliating twice?
I may have missed that one, David.
Okay.
It's a I'm trying to think. It's a decent 50-metre penalty if you ask me as well.
It's a good 50 is
70-metre penalty.
it was down alongside the goal post, and he's about 25 metres past the 50-metre line, so that tells you how long that one was.
South now go inside 50 the first time they scored, looking for Sean. Gebhard does his best to try and get a foot in the way. Comes to Sean, he tries to dribble it through, but only succeeds in getting to the near side. That could have been nearly a nail in the coffin there as South extend the lead 22 points, 7-11, 53, North 4-7, 31, 5 minutes score on the scoreboard.
I've just had a flashback to the dribble file from years gone by. I think if Chief saw that one, he wouldn't be too happy. Meantime, footy coming out for North, and should have been marked potentially by Wilson. Over the line it goes. Good player, Wilson. You said last week on his way to North Adelaide next year?
I think so, yeah. On his way to Adelaide for uni as well, so he's going to be sorely missed by North, but also a big game for, well, not just North Adelaide, but whatever else, I suppose, amateur side potentially that he does play as well. He now is in the ruck against Brown. Brown tries to come down with it, just puts it down at his feet. Plenty of bodies around him. Wilson again comes out through Turner, who's trying to barge his way through as well. May have got one high umpires this play on. Mitchell gets the hands off, trying to go to Lawrence. Dan Kennedy does well to push through. Got a little bit of time. He's got McGuinness if he wants to, and goes to him. McGuinness tries to paddle it with one hand, but doesn't. Comes down to Johnson, and may have been a holding free kick against McGuinness, and it was, says umpire Matten. North now going across the field, looking for Bevan, but can't quite make it. Dan Kennedy might get there first. The ball will lose him now. Bevan steps home as he gets the kick over the top. Looking now for the North. North have got 3-on-1 here if they do this well and do a bit of shepherding as the ball comes to Tawney. He dribbles the ball through for a goal for North, and here we go. North now reduce that margin to 16 points. South still leading 7-11, 53 to 5-7, 37. 6 minutes gone on the station sponsor Musicians Club scoreboard, Dave.
Yeah, well, this was the battle that we really needed to see from North, and that effort, and that's what they've done. It wasn't pretty getting along the wing and then back into the corridor and that forward 50, but it's that fight and that grit that you've got to show on a day like today that gets you these couple of goals like this, and all of a sudden the game can really change for you, and that's what we need now. This will be a very interesting centre bounce with Blake Clare in the middle with Brown. Brown hasn't had it all his own way where Blake Clare's been on, but they've only used him in very short bursts. So I'm interested to see how we get out of how it comes out of the middle. And North have moved Bevan back into the middle with Kelly. So they've gone with the tried and what they know.
Do you dare to dream? Ball goes up from Brown. Kelly needs to get there. Does he? Had Purcell hanging off of him. Umpire says it's going to be a ball up. And we've moved about 4 metres, if that. So still in the centre square we go again. We'll tap down Brown. Straight down the throat of one of his North opponents. It's going to be a ball up.
So Quinton Bevans come into the middle of the ground and they pushed Logan Ferguson to full forward. So they...
Brown gets the ball out of the ruck, kicks it an absolute mile, goes inside 50, races on here between Cody Shawn and Jake Ballways. Jake Ballways does really well to intercept Cody Shawn there, helps Gebhard out a lot as well. Gebhard picks it up, gives the hands off now to Ballways. Ballways can get the ball to Mitchell. If it does, it just sits up a little bit too long for Mitchell, and Mackenzie is on the burner as well. Mitchell does well to avoid him. Comes down the line now pretty casually looking for Kelly. This is a good matchup here between the two. Probably about 11 Long Johnson between these two players in Kelly and Purcell, and probably best decision out of all of it, the ball goes over for a neutral ball in.
Yeah, and an acknowledgement by both players back to the other to say, well played, mate.
I'm excited to watch these two go hell for leather for the last...
Top shelf footy here at Jubilee Oval as the ball. Not a lot of players around this contest either, as Clare does get the ball first. He may have been taken first by Brown. He might have got one in the mush there, and sort of the ground is spread out here, Dave. Not many players everywhere. Everyone's sitting back in their 50s. That's a kick up to Presler and takes a good mark in front of Washbrook. Does Presler. Swings around onto his left foot. He's got Logan Ferguson free if he wants him and just can't find him. Josh Smith read the ball well to try and elude him. But in saying that, he tried to dodge the Long Johnson medalist in Logan Ferguson's been found holding the ball, and North just starting to bring themselves back into the game.
Yeah, one player that has real agility to be able to go sideways is Logan Ferguson. And Smith's tried to step him, and Logan wasn't having a bar of it. Tackled him, brought him to the ground, ends up with a shot on goal, 25 out.
Context of the game, this kick is huge from Logan Ferguson. Kick is on its way, and he's just missed it to the near side. North ever so slightly bringing that margin down at a 15 points. South 11, 7-11, 53 to North 5, 8-38. 9 minutes gone on the Musicians Club and Station sponsor scoreboard.
All that to come back in to play.
So not a lot of room here, is there, for South to bring the ball back in? North have pushed right up the field, still able to find a South player on the far side, Brewery, just outside the 50.
Elliot, down the line, wasn't quite able to work something out here as they still continue to scrap and fight. Purcell just extracted the footy like a nugget. He ran away. Ball up towards... Oh, no, it didn't quite work out in the end. And still, they'll fight on.
Keane Ellis really needed to be clean there with his skills, and he just doesn't quite wasn't there.
Meanwhile, Lawrence just went for a little bit of a run, able to get it out towards Pitt, who's taking a good grab as well. And he's off. Kicks on the 40 towards... He's trying to find Kelly, wasn't quite able to work out. Brown hesitated. It costed him. It cost him. Lawrence set sail for home. Oh, it's score on the line. It might work out okay. Ferguson's got it.
Unbelievable courage from Cooper Lawrence there. Just put his head where many people would not want to do that, with Brown coming and gets the ball down to Tyler McGinnis, who dropped the mark, and Logan Ferguson there was there to rove and kick a very interesting goal. That margin now 9 points here at Jubilee Oval. North 6-8-48, South 7-11-53, 11 minutes about to tick over here at Jubilee Oval as Talon Pitt just hobbled his way off Jubilee Oval with that, maybe that hamstring injury.
That certainly doesn't look good there for him, but Cooper Lawrence, I love that young man as a player. Hasn't played for a few years, came back last year, played a little bit and a few games this year, but he's got some talent. But he was involved twice in that play, so I'm not sure he gets two score assists in that run or not.
Ball back in the middle there will be Wilson, who taps down to Kennedy, but the ball only goes as far as Purcell. Purcell looks wide out onto the wing here. South are going to try and take a little bit of time here. Comes up to Bird, but can't mark as the ball drops short. Bevan turns all the way around, does a 180, kicks long. A dump kick out of trouble, but it's Washbrook. If it wasn't Washbrook, it was home, so we're both sitting there all by themselves. Washbrook switches over to the grandstand side with Taz Wood, takes a nice mark in front of Kelly. Really slowed down this game with South having a couple of players behind the field. That's not the best kick there from Wood, and just kicks it a little bit out of the top of Henderson's head. Umpire North crowd called for play on to hold the ball, but it wasn't given. Van Kemenay puts the ball back inside 50. Ballways does well to help out Gebhard and quell the run of Cody Shawn. Gebhard comes up with it, quick kick outside to McAllister, and North can just hold off for a couple of minutes here. Goes down to Mitchell in front of the North crowd here, which is really starting. You can hear his voice coming through at the moment. Mitchell asking all his players to push over, especially Ryder Wilson, who is not quite there. Going in his direction, there's going to be plenty of players fly for that. Could be Holmes who comes down with it. Kelly then comes out with it as well, gives the hands off to McGinnis. North are away here, they've got McGinnis and Tawny. Tawny comes over and puts a really nice bump on to give him a bit more space. Tyler McGinnis just wobbles his way inside 50. He steps and breaks the ankles of Bird, but can't quite get it. There's plenty of North players here in the goal square. Jai Smith does his best to handball over the top. Logan Ferguson kick is on its way, and I think he's put it through. Margin now 3 points here at Jubilee Oval. South 7-11-53 to North 7-8-50. North are on a bit of a run here. They've kicked 3 goals in the space of 6 minutes.
Wow. Wow, indeed. How exciting this is.
This is why you want to call the football at times. If you ever want an advertiser to call the football here on 2 Dry FM, this is the reason why we love doing it. 3 points here at Jubilee Oval, exactly what we wanted here for the end of the 2025 season.
Yeah, do get involved. 2026, we're always looking for new calls.
There's games like this, though, I'll be pushing you out of the way. This is very
Yeah, I agree.
13 minutes gone. 3 points on the Musicians Club scoreboard. We're in for a ripper last few minutes here.
Probably got maybe 10 to 12 minutes left. Ball goes up and able to just get it forward there. It's collected at the back. Able to just give a hand pass. North moving it down the wing again. Mitchell. And you can hear the roar of the Dogs fans. On the wing it goes. McGinnis just keeps it in. He looks. He waits. He finds a teammate leading at him, praying for the ball. It's picked up. Tawny, what a moment for this young man. Snaps it back over the top of his head, and it's just out of the reach of Ferguson. Could he do it? 3 goals and be the hero?
That might be a bit of a win for North as well, Dave, just creating a stoppage there deep inside territory.
Very much so. It means that the back half are able to push up and just close all the space for South to bring it out. The impact that Logan Ferguson's had the last 5 minutes after he's moved away from Max Roberts. Very talented, kicked 2 goals. And and may well get another one before the quarter's
One
out.
of the most unlikely ruck contests there with Presler and Henderson going head to head, and Ferguson gets it down, handball's out now, then Presler is involved again. Maybe a free kick going the way of South, going to Jordan Holmes, and South just get out of jail a little bit. It looks like North are just running over the top of South here at the moment. Ball comes out to Washbrook. He eludes Bailey Shepherd there as well, just runs the circles around him. Kick now comes up to that is Langdon coming out of the half-back line. I'm sure South and his coaching staff will want to take a little bit of sting out of the game here. Just hold possession now for a little bit. They do that now, and the ball is now in the hands of Van Kemenade. South have made it about 70 metres away from their goal. They go backwards here. As I said, just trying to take a little bit of sting out of the game here to Purcell. O'Brien's kick just hangs a little bit, goes to Washbrook. Washbrook goes inside to Purcell. He takes a mark there just inside the centre square. Really good territory grain here from South and really doing their best just to try and stop that run from North.
Purcell, your Brewery side wing, I'm going to find Mackenzie. And Mackenzie inside finds Henderson. And Henderson takes off. Kick at half forward, a bouncing ball. Nearly should have been picked up at the back. Everyone just thought the footy was in front of them. Behind him in the end as they try and twist and turn. Purcell now... the South player had the footy stripped from him as it goes back inside forward 50 over the top. Should be grabbed. And a good tackle. And he stopped the player then. Stopped the player in Van Kemenade from going anywhere. And there's going to be a free kick going the way
Cooper Lawrence, is it?
of Lawrence. Yeah, it is.
Very, very, very influential in the game in the last 5 minutes.
Lawrence tries to kick it across the goals to Mitchell or just makes it to him. And open spaces here on Jubilee. He's got Callum McCallish if he wants it short. He decides to go a little bit longer to McKenzie. McGuinness. McGuinness does a little bit of separation there on Johnson. And North have it just on the grandstand side here. He's looking inside. He's got numbers on the opposite wing if he wants to go. He's got 3-on-1 here. Trying to make his way to Turner. Turner can get over to Ellis if he wants. Decides to try and go up the line. Now looking for Bevan. Bevan takes almost what is a strong mark. But I think Preza tries to bust his way through a couple of South players. Stopped, and it'll be a ball up here on the corner of the centre square on the Brew side here. 17 minutes gone here in the last quarter of the 2025 Grand Final. South leading by just the 3 points.
Could it be back-to-back for North? It will be the first time since they've won back-to-back flags since the three-peat of 11, 12 and 13. The ball's collected there, fired back in. Mitchell able to give the hand pass out towards the wing. Actually was half forward is where it went, and McGuinness ended up with the footy on his head, so he's been falconed from about 50 metres away. Extracted there from Holmes. Holmes tried to take them all on. He was tackled. Umpire let him play. Lines couldn't get it that much further. Back in they go again. Everyone just able to get it out was Purcell. Purcell's bouncing footy. Here they go. Can they grab it? They do. South inside the forward line. Swinging kick. Out towards a one-on-one. The most important one-on-one of these players' careers just about. Sparrow able to give a hand pass back. Van Kemenade had a shot at goal. And that hasn't troubled the scorers in a major way. It's behind.
Well, this is exciting football here at Jubilee. Listening to Too Dry FM's coverage here. South leading by 4 points here. 18 minutes gone in the last quarter. North have had all the run here. Kicked 3 goals in this last quarter. South yet to kick 1 as well. We did mention earlier in the contest that the bad kicking might come back to haunt South, and it may have, Dave.
Yeah, 19 scoring shots to 15, and they're only leading by 4 points.
Ball comes out to Turner, and all he can do is watch as the South player gets pissed in there and punches it over the boundary line underneath the scoreboard. Here, we are in for a cracking last couple of minutes here as time on is not far away here. Final stanza here at the Jubilee Oval 2025 will be Ellis and McGuinness who are going to go head-to-head. Ellis gets front position here, tries to get down to Kelly. Kelly's trying to push his way through 2 South players, but all he can do is just fall to the ground as he's being tackled here for another baller.
What an excellent way to end season 2025. A season of highs and lows. We've got 5 minutes left in the contest. And everyone's going to be working just that little bit harder. If it was the, A, if this was on TV, and B, if it was the old AFL, you would have had a 5-minute warning and a shot of adrenaline that went through you because of that.
It could be a repeat of last year with Quinton Bevan now at full forward if he gets the ball and kick it from 30 metres out to win the game.
Same opponent as well with Alan Burst.
Well, I remember that moment well, both of them. As Kelly tries to pick up the footy, unable to do that. And the ball tries to just work its way through, unable to get the footy forward. Purcell was there scraping and scrapping on hands and knees, and he finally got a hand pass out. And it just continues to work its way forward for North. They're still working hard. And in the end, the boundary line wins out ahead of Cooper Lawrence, who's probably last quarter and a half by the time he hit full time has been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. Time on here at Jubilee Oval. We are 4 minutes away from seeing who is crowned Premiers of A grade in 2025. And Ellis gets a nice tap down to Tawny and goes straight up in the air, and no real distance there. Van Cameron comes down, hands off to McKenzie, kicks it, and he may have just missed it. Now extends the margin now to 5 points, so still anyone's game here at Jubilee Oval.
It's very noticeable when players go down to the ground, they're taking a long time to get back up.
Kicks out towards the outer side. Potentially it should have been a mark. It wasn't, and over the boundary line it goes. It was out in front of the player in ball ace. We'll just take a collective breath. Umpire grabs the footy just about on the wing. Margin of just 5 points. That, of course, is on the Musicians Club sponsor scoreboard. Could a draw be potentially on the cards?
I was only just thinking that would be extra time. I think it's 5 minutes each way with extra time, but hopefully it doesn't get to that because I might have the coroner by the time we get to that stage. So, ball is back in play now. Ellis, who's done a bit of ruck work in this last quarter, gets in front of Roberts as well. Wiz Henderson tries to do his best to stop Jordan Holmes' lead. Jordan Holmes pushes off a couple of plays, gets his hands out to Washbrook. He just fumbles it enough to get it back down. Hands off to Brown. Brown pushes away, but he is tackled by Dean Kennedy, holding the ball. That could be the turning point here in the last quarter as trying to get the ball back now to Kennedy. He can come out wide to Mitchell if he wants to. He's got plenty of space. Mitchell could run this just about to inside 50 here as all the South players have pushed back. Puts it long inside 50, looking for McKenzie, who has taken a mark inside 50. 30 metres out on a very sharp angle, but gettable by his standards. 21 and a half minutes. This is for the lead for the North Football Club with only 2.5 minutes left to play.
Very few players in this league can tackle Dylan Brown and bring him to the ground. Dan Kennedy's one of them. Half the size of father. Incredible player, strong, and always given 110%.
McGuinness on its way here, coming in. Kick is on its way, coming back, but it drifts across the face of goal. North now 4 points behind South. 7:13:55 to 7:9:51. 22 minutes gone on the clock. Up here in time, 2 minutes and change left here in the last quarter.
Is that very important restart here for South? North have got to keep it at this end of the ground. They've got to get a repeat entry after South kick the ball out.
Is that the opportunity for the Dogs? Well, a mark's been taken by Ellis as he turns, gets it back inside forward 50. These Bulldogs, they're still going. South able to just repel. Ball bounces and there's a good tackle. That was going to be a free kick going the way of Kelly. It looks to be potentially South, so it's going to go the way.
High free kick for Bird.
Free kick for Bird, there you go.
90 seconds left here in 2025. This is a war of attrition. Survival of the fittest here as the ball comes down. Good tackle there from Henderson, just locking up the running North play, just to stop the clock for a little bit longer here. 23 minutes gone, 4 points to margin. Listen to Two Dry FM's coverage here of the 2025 A-Grade Grand Final.
Brown's pushed across hard to get to this contest to try and block it up or take it out of the ruck. And that's exactly what he does.
Ball collected by Henderson, but it was a throw. And North potentially given another opportunity. So it's back here
Last roll of the dice.
At half back. Ellis, centre of the ground. He's able to take it. The long booming ball out towards the 50. McInnes flew. He wasn't able to take it. There it is, a ball up. And everyone just draws a breath.
North inside 50 here. 30 seconds left on the clock here. We're in for a fantastic finish here at Jubilee Oval. Brown gets the tap down to McKenzie. Play on is the call. Gives out to Roberts. Roberts off to Mitchell. Mitchell inside 50 looking for some targets. Might have Logan Ferguson. He can't mark there. Play on is the call. Arlen Berg gives it off to Smith. Smith just dumps it out of play. 2-on-1 here for North between, that is Sparrow and Tawny. Umpire says, oh, it could be a free kick going North's way. We are mere seconds away from the final siren here. 5 seconds left here. McCullough's got to get the ball on quickly. A mark here could do it for North. Noah marks Demon side 50. South wins. South win an entertaining grand final with the ball in the hands of Logan Ferguson, 15 metres out from goal by 4 points. An unbelievable grand final here at Jubilee Oval. One for the ages. South, redemption from last year as well. After coming so close last year, they are back on top of the broken.
They were on. Well done North, you know, they bring it every year and grand finals are no different. To see the way Nady Sparrow played that second quarter, phenomenal. You look at the back six in that last quarter, we were under the pump. They stood up, they got it done. It's a credit to them, you know. You look at our forward line, you know, we couldn't kick a score in that last quarter. And to hold on, Big Buzz there is, he's a credit to him. He deserves a male medal. So, go Rouge. Thanks for having me.
Oh, just, what a game. So super pumped for the boys. Amazing win. North, credit, mate, played outstanding. Always have a great play, a great bunch of lads. And, you know, we look forward to the celebration, celebrating all three grades took it out today. So, thanks very much, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Go,